Hi, I'm Amy. I'm a fiber artist in Idaho, and I love to inspire others to experiment in the world of art quilting. I do this through my YouTube channel, and I personally design and sell art quilt kits. I have a website called Experience the Quilt, and we just thought it would be so fun to have people send us their quilts and we could finish them for them so we get to experience them, and then we send them back to you so you can experience them. I love traditional quilting. I got my start in traditional quilting with my mom and my grandma when I was a little girl. And as I grew older, quilting really got me through some really hard times, and it's become just such a deep love for me. I first learned about art quilting kind of on my own, but I took a class in Columbus, Ohio, where we were living, and I just could never look back from there. Learning art quilting has been such an exciting adventure for me, and I want other people to be able to do it too. I have so many friends and quilters come into my studio and they say, "Oh, I could never do that." And they look at my art quilts and I say, "Yeah, you can. Do you know what an iron is, and can you use scissors and a paintbrush? Then you can art quilt." Art quilting is a little bit like breaking the rules from the traditional quilts. Traditional quilting is, quarter-inch seams and there's a lot of rules that you have to stick to make it look smooth and even. And with art quilting, we can use all kinds of fabrics. Heck, we can use plastic bags. We can do all kinds of things, incorporating the skills that we use in traditional quilting as well. It's a lot of fun. My goal is to break down and bridge the gap between traditional quilters and art quilters. I have some of my examples of my art quilt kits here, and you can see that I really like to do women right now. That's kind of been my focus, but I love to add different fun fabrics, shears and taffetas. I love texture. So that's one reason we have created what we call couching in when we finish quilts for people. So you can send us your traditional quilt, and we will add yarn to the top of it, and it gives it such a fun dimension. I love to add yarn in my binding and paint. Paint has been a huge thing for me this year, painting my fabrics and adding paint to give detail and dimension to quilts. A couple of years ago, I met Misty Doan, and we had some really great talks, and she really inspired me to maybe want to do some kits. So this year, that's been our focus, is developing patterns and kits for traditional quilters that want to test the waters on our art quilting and see if they can do it, which they can. We include all the fabric and even a little bit of art media into it, which helps you to go, okay, I really like these ink pencils. I want to try some more of this. They're really fun. You can get those on our website. So I also finish traditional quilts. And I love to add quilting to a quilt because it's like the frosting, right? It's the icing on the cake. I like to take the patterns and designs that are in your quilt or in your fabrics and echo that through the quilting. I also like to add yarn. If you want to add some special flair texture, we couch yarn to the top of the quilt as well, and it is a lot of fun. It adds just a little bit more texture and excitement. I see art quilting really growing in the next 5 to 10 years. It's grown a lot in the last 5 years. There was even an art quilter on national TV this just like a few months ago. I belong to a group called SAQA, Studio Art Quilters Association, and our membership is growing like crazy just the last few years. And I think a lot of that has to do with Zoom and with COVID and how we got used to that, because now instead of having our meetings in someone's home and some people missing out, we have quilters from all over Idaho and Montana that gather and meet once a month through Zoom. And SAQA is an association that's all over the world. And so I'm seeing it really grow. And I think that as quilters embrace that creativity that's within them, they are going to want to do more art quilting. And I hope that they do, because that's what I'm here to do, is to share that love of art quilting to the world. So this year, my goal was to really push myself and get into some quilt shows. So I have 2 quilts in the International Quilt Festival at Houston, and one of them is Adventure Awaits, and it's really exciting. I'm really proud of it. And my poppy quilt is also there, and it's been a really challenging but fun adventure to see push myself with quilting and see what I can do. And I'm excited to see what there is ahead.